Back to another episode of Tblm Marie. For those of you who haven't seen the show, let me explain what's going on here tonight. We're broadcasting live from QATV Quincy. The phone lines are open and free, and you can call in and ask a question. I'm here to bring both insight and understanding into personal and professional matters. I can't promise you that I'll give you the answer that you're looking for, but I can promise you that I'll give you information to look at the matter from a perspective you might not have thought of. I must stress we all have our own free will. Tower is supposed to be informative, but also fun. And that being said, on to our first call. Hello, caller. You're on the air at Tower by Leah Marie.
Hi, how are you?
Good. How are you?
Okay. Listen, remember we had the conversation a while back ago that my father has come back.
He has?
Yes, he has.
Oh, how nice.
Yeah, it was kind of a little bit surprised, but I figured I'd give you a call.
Well, thank you.
I remember you saying forecast for September, but it was kind of getting towards the end of August, so.
Oh, good. Well, I mean, hey, you know, by September.
Yeah, that's it. That's it. Close enough.
So what would you like to know tonight? Now you want to know how to get rid of him again?
No. No, not really. That shouldn't be too hard anyway, but we'll just make the best of it. My question is, okay, not a general reading tonight. We're going to do something for me tonight, and I was wondering if you can tell me what the cards say. For what reason was I brought into this world?
Oh, that's a kind of a hard question. I don't know if I can tell you. You know what? I don't think that I could answer that. But you know what? I'll ask the cards, you know, what your strengths are and maybe what's something that you have to offer.
Okay.
Because, you know, why are you asking that?
Well,
do you feel like you don't have any meaning to your life, or?
No, that's not it. It's just that basically help everybody else out, and it's just like it never ends.
Oh, right. So maybe a good question would be kind of what your life lessons is. Well, you know, you sound very positive, but when I pulled the cards and I asked this question, you know, I feel that you do all these things for people almost because you don't love yourself. You know what I mean?
Wow.
Because it's almost like you don't think that you can't say no because you feel guilty and you want to help people, but you really don't know how to draw the line. And from these cards I see, you know, just you feeling just a little stuck and burdened and sad, you know? So you're helping all these people, but yet, you know, you're masking your own sadness, if you will. And I'm not saying it's like, you know, deep, but just a general feeling of almost, I want to say, like feeling a little empty inside. So I think a good question would be, what can you do now to sort of, you know, fill up a little bit, you know, make yourself feel like, well, like a hobby, like this is my hobby, this makes me happy. I go every couple of weeks and I sit down and I read cards and it's interesting and fun. I think you need something that's, you know, just for you. Like, I think you were born into this world because your mother wanted to have a baby, which is obvious, but, you know, and that she loved you very much. And, you know, I think that having you really settled things nicely for her. And that she wanted you, and it settled her. It was, I think that your relationship with your mother is very, very important. And there's a lot of lessons between you and her that you need to be aware of. But I don't know the nuances of your relationship with your mother, but I see you two being close, and there's a strong connection there.
Yes, yeah.
And that, you know, she seems like she would be a good person to go to for advice and all. But I think you need to travel more. Have you traveled a lot?
No, that's like definitely out of the question. If anything, it'll probably be like here or there, you know what I mean, like a day or two, you know what I mean? That's about it.
Why can't you travel? I think you should travel. I think you should go on vacation. I think you need to start getting out of your house more. Not that I'm saying you don't, but I think you need to get away. You know what the problem is? You're stuck in a lot of ways.
Yes, yeah.
And sometimes you don't realize. Sometimes we live in this life where we think that the world begins and ends at our street corner. You know how when you're a kid,
Yeah.
the world begins and ends at your street corner, and you
Yeah.
can't imagine that there's anything else other than your corner, your favorite street, your group of friends, the way you grew up. But there's a big world out there, and things are a lot different. And sometimes it's a place, it's not the person. And I feel that to sort of give you a good perspective or give you a good sort of cleansing, I see you should travel. I see you should travel and just go somewhere for a couple of weeks, someplace different. You know, someplace safe. Don't go,
Yeah.
you know, to India,
Yeah.
backpacking through the Himalayas. But why wouldn't, is there some, I definitely see travel. 100% I see that you need to get away. You need to
Yeah.
go somewhere. If you could travel somewhere, where would you go?
Honestly, it's got to be close by,
Why?
down the Cape or something. You know?
Are you afraid to travel?
No, not really. It's just that.
See, you got no desire. You gotta open up your eyes and have desire to see and feel and do. Seeing and feeling and doing isn't loaning someone $5,000 or, you know, letting people, seeing and feeling and doing for yourself. You got to get away and travel and just go somewhere other than the Cape. Just go somewhere other than where. I can't believe you'd only want to go to the Cape. If I gave you a plane ticket, where you would say, fly me to the Cape?
No, probably.
Not that the Cape's not nice, it is, but
Yeah.
I mean, what? Where?
I don't know. I haven't given it much thought to get.
You've
on
never
to it.
wanted to travel anywhere?
No, not really. It doesn't. Well, here and there, but it doesn't. I don't know. After a while, you get to your own routine.
That's what it is. So there you go. You have to get out of this rut. The world does not begin and end at your front door. Have you ever seen the movie The Truman Show?
No, it sounds familiar though.
It's with Jim Carrey. You got to see that movie. That's a really great movie. The world does not begin and end at your front door, and I think you need to travel. And I feel if you travel and get away, get out of your house, and go somewhere and get out of your comfort zone, I feel a lot of happiness is going to come to you.
Yeah, I
But
hope so.
always be safe. Don't do anything stupid. But I feel that's what you need to do. You need to break out of your comfort zone, and you need to get away and go somewhere. Travel.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I see that would be good for you. But I mean, whether you do it or not, I don't know. Why would it have to be close, though? It's because
Yeah.
you just don't like to get out of Quincy, or?
No, it's not that. It's just when you go on vacation, it's more. I want to say more stress to get everything to go, and it's just like, you know what I mean. If it's something close by, and that's always a little bit easier, I would say.
Now, how's the woman situation going? Any new women?
No.
No.
No. You know what? The other thing is I was kind of, and I'm still hesitant to do like a 3-month card reading because I'm sure it'll probably bring up some, negativity around. So I figured I'd wait till, kind of break out of here and hopefully some good news will come around. But
Now, see, that's your problem right there is you're thinking. You're afraid to get a 3-month reading because you know something negative is going to happen. Nothing negative is going to happen. I pulled a couple cards. I see 2 women getting into an argument. I don't know if you have a couple of sisters or what, but you're going to be aware of 2 women who get in an argument over jealousy. So who knows? 3 months from now, you could have 2 women fighting over you.
No, it's not that. You know what? I honestly think my sister and my brother-in-law, everybody else, they went on vacation. They're in Europe right now, and they should be coming back anytime soon, on the 20th, I believe.
Yeah.
And there is kind of.
Why didn't you go?
Well, everybody took off, and we're the only ones here. So when they come back, who knows? Maybe it'll be our turn. You know what I mean?
Who's we? You and your parents?
Well,
No.
I hope my parents will end up taking a cruise ship. I want to say by next year, and. Who knows? You never know. I might even take off as well, go my own.
Good. I think you should go away on vacation. That's what I just said. Go
Yeah.
away, get out of your house, get out of Quincy, take you know, if you got $5 to blow, you need to blow it on yourself and go away on vacation and just see things and experience life. That's what I think. I think that's, but you know, I can't tell you why you're here. You got to figure that out on your own.
Yeah, no, I just thought...
It's an interesting question, though, and I like it. You're the first person to ever ask that, but I wouldn't answer a question like that because, you know.
Yeah, it seems like...
How could I tell you?
No.
I mean...
It seems like every time I turn around, there's always, you know, that needs this or that, and it
Stop
never
giving
ends.
to people. You give because you don't like Here's the thing, not that you don't like yourself, but you don't think you're worthy. You would never ask somebody for money or ask somebody for something because you wouldn't do that because you just wouldn't want to put people out.
Yes, that's right.
But you don't mind other people putting you out. Why do you think that is? There's issues of unworthiness going on. You're not worthy to ask people for things, but they're worthy to ask you for things. And I only say this because a friend of mine had brought this to my attention about myself. Issues of worthiness. Like, you know, sometimes when I go to tarot parties and I, you know, feel uncomfortable charging people and I feel all weird about it, and it's issues of unworthiness. I mean, this is a service and here I do it for free, but if I go to somebody's house and I'm sitting down and reading their cards, you know, I should be paid for that, right? But there's issues of my own unworthiness going on, like, do I really, you know, I'm just sitting down. You know, your mind does things, so just work on thinking about it in those terms of what you think you're worth. Do you understand if you think of it in those terms?
Yeah, I understand. I definitely understand. I don't want to throw you off the subject, but the other guy that I had called last time was a couple weeks ago. That the astrologer, I believe.
Oh yeah, Steve. Yeah.
Yes, he does the moon sign. He was right on the money.
Oh, good.
Things came back. I was like, oh God.
Oh, good.
And I just remember what he was saying, so I'm glad I had that reading. You know, the all just came back. You know.
All right.
Definitely in the cards.
All right. Well, let me know when you're going away on that vacation.
Yeah, I will. Don't worry. I'll be in touch.
Good luck.
All right. Thank you. Have a good night.
You too. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Yeah, you know, sometimes you get stuck. I know, you know, you get stuck in a place where you live and it's like the worst thing ever, you know? You gotta see things because the world is bigger than your street corner. But that's when you're a kid. The world begins and ends. But when you get older, the world is just so vast and there's so many different people out there, and you know, people are actually nice and take their time, and they're not like us Bostonians who are always in a rush. Hello, caller. You're on the air with Tarot by Leah Marie.
Hi, how are you?
Good. How are you?
Good, good. So I'm just calling to see if you could give me kind of a 3-month reading. I just kind of wanted to see as far as heading into the fall. My wife's a stay-at-home mom, and just want to kind of see as far as finances for the both of us, how we're going to be doing in the next 3 months. And then as far as maybe being pregnant in the next...
as far as what?
What's that?
What did you say? You want to see his finances and as far as what?
As potentially maybe being pregnant in the next 4 to 6 months with a second child, maybe.
Oh, is she trying to? Oh, okay.
I think so. Yeah, our little guy just turned 1, so we're trying to see maybe in the next, in the next 4 or 5 months, maybe have a baby.
Well, I see a pregnancy is a possibility. I mean, there are some cards here that do indicate that that a pregnancy is possible. So, okay. I mean, I think that if that's what you want, I do feel that that's something that, you can work on. As far as, finances is concerned, so let me just, for the months, let me see. So, what is this? So September. September, I think, would be a good month for you guys to try to conceive. Okay. I feel that would be a good month for you. Cool. So, so September. So that's a pretty good month for that. October, I see there's going to be a little bit of an issue that comes up. I want to say that there's something going on in October. I have to pull more cards on this because it's unclear. I feel like it's a work issue, a work-related issue in October. Just feeling a little like a trust issue, almost like you're feeling like you're not getting the recognition that you want at work. And October, for some reason, is where it's going to come to a head. You're going to feel like things, you're going to be really balancing things and just feeling the strain. But I do feel that there's going to be some improvements at work. And I don't want to say I think that you get a raise, but I just feel like you're going to come to a decision in your mind as to your employment, and you're going to feel like you're progressing. And I don't feel that it's going to bring monetary right away, but you're going to feel like you're okay at work, even though there was a small issue that come up. It's going to work itself out. You're going to pray on it a little bit. I see some sort of spirituality going on here. You're going to come to a decision of it, and you're going to be okay with it.
All right.
Now, that's October. Now, November, in terms of financially, I mean, I feel, I'm not seeing a lot of money around you, but I do feel like you will have, enough to get by. And there's nothing that you guys can't work through, because I do feel like you have a very positive relationship. I do feel that there is, some troubles here and there that you come along, like just feeling, especially in November, just feeling a little burdened by everything and melancholy, and you feel like you worry a lot about being able to provide, but I feel like you have everything that you need to provide, so you need to not worry about it so much. You want to, if you need $1, you want to have 3 just in case. You see what I mean? You're always going to have that $1 that you need, and eventually down the road you will have that 3, because you feel that you're very skilled at what you do. And I don't feel like you're going to lose your job or anything. I just feel like you worry, you do worry a lot about finances. And as far as your wife is concerned, I see her actually going to the hair salon or taking care of herself, or getting something done to herself in terms of nail or hair, or buying herself a new outfit. I feel her going on a little bit of a shopping spree. That's going to make her very happy.
All right.
So any other questions?
And then just kind of in general, as far as, I don't know, I've never had my cards read, so I don't know what to ask. Just like, let me think. I don't know, as far as just kind of like a general read, as far as, well, I guess, that's pretty much.
Well, here's what I see. This is just, I'll just recap for you. I see that September is going to be a great month to conceive. I feel October, there is going to be a little issue that comes up with work. It's going to be a trust issue. It's going to leave something to do with work. I don't know if somebody's talking behind your back or office gossip. I don't know what it is.
Okay.
And you're going to go back and forth in your mind in it, but you'll come to a decision on it, and you'll feel better about it.
Okay.
And I do see there's 2 cards here that, the 2 cards together here are either they mean 2 things, either a part-time job or writing. So I don't know if you do any writing, or your wife does any writing. I feel someone has a little bit of a skill for that.
Okay.
And there's always an opportunity to earn extra money if you really need to. So I don't feel that you'll never not have enough money.
Leave it out. Okay.
I see a lot of happiness. I mean, I see a lot of happiness and joy. It's just, you get in your head and you just worry a lot about things here and there.
All right. Excellent.
Anything else?
No, that sounds pretty much on point.
Well, let me know if she conceives.
Okay.
All right, have fun trying, though. Practice makes perfect, they say.
Oh, that's the fun part.
Okay, thank you.
Have a good night.
All right, you too.
Thanks.
Bye. Well, it's nice that they're trying to have another baby. It's good to have them quick. You know what I mean? I had Brenna and Ava, they're 19 months apart, and when we got pregnant again, all my friends were thinking I was crazy. I can't believe you're having another one, and blah, blah, blah. And, he and I lived in this tiny little 1-bedroom apartment, and it was wonderful. It was cozy. I loved it. Like, I can't believe we lived in 3 rooms, and but we had a big downstairs. He used to go downstairs. It was like the cellar, but half of it was, half of it had a rug, so he would retreat down there when things got crazy, but it was cozy. I was happy. You don't need much. You don't need as much as you think. As long as you got food on the table, your rent is paid, food on the table, a roof over your head, lights, and running water. Really, you don't need anything else. That's all you need. Hello, caller. You're in the Air with Tarot by Leah Marie.
Hi, Leah Marie.
Hi.
I was just wondering if you could give me a little insight. I just recently got divorced.
Okay.
I'm still in love with my husband.
Aww.
We've been together on and off, but I kind of know it's over. He is with somebody else.
Aww.
He's struggling financially, and I just wondered if you saw anything as far as me getting over him, maybe meeting someone else.
Hey, there's a newly divorced guy here. He's in the same boat as you are.
So
Do
I'm
a little
just
setup.
curious.
He's 50 though. Is that too old for you?
Huh?
Is 50 too old
Right on
for
the
you?
money.
Huh?
Not too old at all.
Oh, maybe we could do a little bit of a setup here. He's newly divorced as well. He's very nice. He's a good earner, takes good care of his family. He's got dark hair. Are you? Is he 50? Does he want to come in here? 48. You want to come in? He doesn't look that good tonight though, because he's just got a t-shirt on. Come on in. Come in here.
Oh, this is too
He won't
funny.
come in. He's
That's all right.
shy. He's shy. You know, I think things are going to get really good for you. I do feel, for future, I do feel you're unemployed now?
Yes.
I see you getting a job.
Oh,
I see the resume going out there, or whatever you're doing, you're putting in the steps now, and I do feel that you are going to get a job, because the two cards are here that money is coming to you. And it's almost like money's given. I think it's a job, though, but you are going to be coming into some money. Things are going to
funny
get
that
better
you say that.
financially.
I just, recently, I'm going actually tomorrow to see my
It has to get better. It has to get better. I can't believe he won't come in here. I'm actually mad. He doesn't want to be rejected on air.
Oh, I wouldn't do that.
He hasn't shaved. Come in here. Come on. This is spontaneous. Please.
I'm not bad
He won't
looking.
even come in. See? I beg they don't even come in. You see how this is? He's all insecure. It's all about him. Well, let's get on to but see, that's what you need. You need that spark. You need that charge. You see, like, say, I'm in fantasy land, but say he did come in and you guys liked each other and you went out, and then life happens like that. You really never know. That's what's so great about life. Right now, you know, you got your divorce and you're still in love with your husband, but you know, life is like in an instant. You could be walking down the street, as long as you're open to it, you put your heart out there, you could call me, he could come in, he's miserable, you're miserable, you get together, boom. It's love. You know what I mean? But he won't come in here, so that's not going to happen, but it could. That's what life is all about, possibilities. I do see you feeling very negative. I do see you really heart-stricken. I do see that, but I feel you're going to come to a resolution on it, and I do feel a change is coming. And I got two cards here for the change, and I got the Sun card here. You're going to emerge from this with more confidence, and some clarity is coming to you. If I was going to say this was September, October, November, or in the end of August, I think the worst of it is passing. You know what I mean? How long have you been divorced for?
It's been about 3 months now,
Yeah,
but
see,
we were
it's-
together for 20 years.
Yeah.
And it was very sudden to me. And I think I love him, but it's more care and worry more than anything. I'm more of a caretaker to people than I am myself, and I have to learn to stop doing that. But I don't know. I just wanted to know if you saw us getting back together, or if I would meet somebody new.
Well, let me see. You know, I don't see any cards here about you guys getting back together. I mean, you are divorced.
Mm-hmm.
So I see you spending I do see you getting a job. I see you spending a lot of times, I know you couldn't be pregnant, but
No.
I know that's not going to happen, but I do see a guy coming around you that you're going to fall in love with.
That's good news.
I do see like this, either a C initial, I think it's C, what's this? BC, either a B initial or a C. Come into play. Just keep those initials in mind.
I will.
I do see you falling in love. I see 3 months, 3 months time,
Okay.
which may not seem like a long, which seems like a long, doesn't seem like enough time because you're so heart-stricken over this. But things are going to change. your life is going to open up and blossom in ways that you never even realized. You can't see it now because you're so caught up in the negative. Of course, you've been left.
Right.
After 20 years, you've been left. So that brings up a lot of issues like abandonment and why am I not good enough? And like I said to that guy before, issues of unworthiness. We don't even realize that we feel unworthy, but we do.
I was actually listening to that, and a lot of that was me.
Yeah, and that's why you're a caretaker. That guy give the $5,000 and just lets people take. You do it for you. When you do something nice, you do it for yourself, and it's a good thing. But there's got to be, you can't give yourself away. Basically, you gotta have some value to yourself. But things are going to change for you. I see you emerging more confident. I see a lot of new activity, new things coming into your life, which is going to be wonderful. You feeling more confident. And you got all wands here. The Magician, I feel a job coming your way. I feel you're going to, like I said, a decision is going to be made. A lot of surprise reunions, so surprises, people you haven't talked to in a while, all of a sudden they're going to be showing up. You're going to be reconnecting with people.
I have my high school reunion, I hate to say this, my 30th in October. So.
Great. So you're going to be meeting new people. Everything is just it's going to pass. The despair is going to go. You're still in it. You're still feeling a little jealous, and he's with somebody else, and you've been left, and you're alone. But your life is going to be it's going to be better. And yeah, this isn't your choice, but you're going to grow to accept it. I see the new guy. Like, what initials did I say there? BC. I see a B and a C. So somehow.
What's your cameraman's initials?
It's a J. But I mean, he won't come in here. Come on in here. Come in here now. You see, you had to get me going again. Listen, email me and I'll email you his picture. You have my email address up there, right?
Yes, I do.
Email me and can I email her your picture?
And I'll email you mine.
He says he's going to find a good picture, but we'll email it.
All right.
But, that's okay. This is this other guy. You don't have to keep your options open, honey.
Oh, I am.
You know what I mean? Don't be worried about this J when I got a BC. You could do the both. You could date both.
Right.
You know what I mean? You could do, You're going to be dating and having a good time, getting in, you know what I mean? You've been off the market for 20 years.
Exactly, and it's very scary.
Come in here, I'm going to ask you one more time. See, I'm awful. Imagine if you dated me. How horrible that would be. If I get something in my mind, I'm very demanding. But no, I think things are going to change for you. I do see you eventually falling in love, meeting some nice guy. Like I said, those initials, but don't stick to it. I feel like you're going to be out, your friends, or you're starting to socialize more. You're going to start getting out more. You're going to be with a group of girlfriends and meet this guy, and I feel like almost like a motherly presence. Like either your mother is somehow, how would she be tied to it? Maybe she's gonna.
I'm supposed to go to Florida with her next month.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So Stella could get her groove back.
Yeah, I'm taking her.
Oh, you're taking your mother to Florida?
Yeah, just a quick getaway. So I needed a break, so I figured.
Good for you taking your mother away.
I have a couple of brothers down there, so surprising her. So maybe something.
You got a brother down there?
I have 2 brothers.
I hope this isn't a guy that I'm picking you up then. You're going to be hanging out with your brother and thinking you're falling in love, but he's not a B or a C, is he?
No.
Okay. No, I think this is tied to it. Some sort of family, your mother around, you're going to meet the guy on the vacation.
That would be sweet.
It'd be good to have a nice little, situation going on. And if you live far away,
exactly.
Things are going to change for you. I do see money coming into you, so I feel it's going to be related to a job. I feel you're going to get out of this darkness and this despair. You're going to meet somebody new, and who knows what can happen, I do.
All right, Jay.
All right. Good luck, honey.
Thank you.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. All right, well, I think that's going to be it for tonight because I'm tired. I can't believe he wasn't spontaneous enough to come in here. Now, that is going to be the lesson. Huh? No, I'm not talking about him. I'm talking about you. Huh? I don't know what he's saying back there. Here's the thing. You got to be spontaneous. When life knocks, you just open the door. See, that would have been fun, even if she didn't. I would have came in here, unless I was, if I was, not, if I was single and someone said that to me, I would, but, oh, please. So anyway, I want to thank you all for calling in. I appreciate you letting me into your life, and I hope you all enjoy this and as much as I do. And I want to let you know that life is constantly changing, so just try to embrace life, have a good time, and live life, laugh a lot, enjoy yourself. And I'd also like to say good night to my two sweet little angels, Brenna and Ava. I'll be seeing you shortly.